So let me get this right. Yeah. Yeah. There you go. All right. Okay, what you just saw on the screen is the #1 movie, basically, of all time. Matter of fact, these were your 3 top movies. I'm going to show you this. 1, 2, and 3. You have Avatar, Titanic, and you also have the Avengers, the Endgame. Okay? These are your 3 top movies of all time. Avatar, hurry up. Titanic and Endgame, Avengers Endgame, okay? Avatar, Titanic, and the Avengers, the Endgame. All right. This one is still in the market right now, okay? Still on the market. These been out for a while. All right. These were 2 of the fastest films to make over $1 billion in so many days. Avengers broke the record and made $1 billion in 11 days. 11 days, they made $1 billion. 1.5. Matter of fact, as far as I know, I think it's up to $2 billion now, and they did this in 11 days. Okay, this is supposed to be a practical cartoon mixed with real people. Okay, Avatar was basically when they started doing this stuff between cartoons and people merged together as one. Titanic is based off of the ship that went down in the Atlantic Ocean when they hit an iceberg. And over close to, I think, 1,700 people died and a few survived. But these were your 3 top movies. This movie that's out right now, Avengers the Endgame, practically broke all records, okay? And if you haven't seen the movie yet, it's actually the Avengers versus Thanos in the Kingdom of Darkness, okay? Let me show you something, okay? And I'm going to show you this with 2 worlds, not 2 words, 2 worlds, okay? Everything's about 6 stones. Whoever controls the 6 stones, you click the finger, and you control the whole world, okay? So he wants the power, Thanos. He wants the 6 stones, so he can control the world, okay? Now that's the cartoon Marvel version. But let me update it to you to American society and how the world works, all right? The world wants the stone, that's the money, so he can control the world, okay? What you should be are a bunch of Avengers or students who understand how the game is played. And you got to plan real early in your life how to understand the power of time so that you don't waste time. Somebody say waste time. Okay, there you go, waste time. And so the problem is that many people here on this side waste a lot of time, okay? Waste time after time after time. But what you're going to see, I'm going to show you this real quick, okay? As I put this, once you understand this, okay? In this movie, there's romance, okay? There is fighting. That's not all there is, all right? Also in the movie, there's what you call strategies. All right, fighting. But also in the movie, there are 2 worlds. The world you can see and the world you can't see, okay? And these 2 worlds kind of work together side by side, okay? Now here's the deep thing about this movie. I think it's pretty cool. If you understand science and understand how science works, you can learn a lot from this Avengers movie. Whoever wrote this movie, I think it's the Russell brother, whoever directed this movie or wrote this movie is a genius. Because what they did, they took a lot of religious things, spiritual things, they took pieces of history, they took science, and they merged it all together and connected it to comic books. And so you got a built-in audience for people who bought comic books all the way to the point of paying. How much you pay now to get to a movie, to get a movie ticket? How much it cost, a movie ticket?
Probably like $10.
I don't know now. It looks expensive now.
No, actually it's $15 per person.
$15. And now they more. How much prices of movies can go up now? To what price almost? $18. What? How can they charge more money for movies now? How?
Well, it depends. Like, it depends on how many people.
Where the theater is. Okay. What else?
Movie.
Oh, the food.
So they got different types of movies you can see. Yeah. How you can see it? They got the one called 3D, right? And they got this other one where you watch called the IMAX theater. What's the IMAX? Now, what me? 15 to 25, and you're not counting popcorn. You're not counting what? Refreshments.
Drinks.
Drinks. pretzels.
Rides to go there.
You're going to spend close to almost $30, $35, $40 or maybe $50 per person to go to a movie now these days, especially if you're a real dedicated fan. Now this is all based on.
Event, yes, more.
Say it again.
If you're going with your girl,
A girl. Okay. So that girl may cost you $100 between you and her, and gas. You come from place. So I'm trying to show you how everything comes down to economics. And you don't understand anything I teach in this class, it comes down to your health and your wealth. How healthy you remain and your wealth process. If your health and wealth is off, you don't have no future. So when I show you these films and these clips and teach, I'm not doing it just to waste time. I'm trying to make you aware that how the cookie crumbles and how life works, man. If you don't have your health and wealth, you don't have anything. In this picture, you got this guy named Thanos versus the Avengers. This is a comic book. A comic book. Whoever read comics growing up? Anybody read comic books growing up? Anybody in this room collect comics? Marvel, DC, nobody? Wow. Oh, I tell you what, how far the world down. Well, I'm a comic book comic book collector. And my favorite comic book guy growing up was, of course, Captain America, which is in the movie. But here's the point: Marvel Comics started way back in the day. Stan Lee was kind of the creator of it, and this guy who started his little comic book, started with Spider-Man, I think, and X-Men, blew up to this whole type of kingdom of people who read comics. They took these comics, they put them into movie form, and now these movies are creating economic systems to take care of families. And I'm tired of you thinking that money is just about you. It's about the family that you take care of. Now, I've been counting these men in this classroom. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's 8 men in here, one young lady here, 8 men, and all of you are seed carriers. And one day you're going to take your seed, plant it in your woman, and she's going to born your child. She's going to born your image. And you got to raise that child up, put that child in college, get that child to grow up, and it's going to take economics, it's going to take wealth. How many know that the guy that wrote this movie is set for like 5 lives? Think about how deep this is, man. I did this last week, but let me just put this number down. When you do the count across the 50 states, there's an average amount, let's just say $50,000 what people make per year, per person, across the United States of America. Maybe a little bit, 53, 54, I'll make it even, $50,000. That means that, so if you're a single guy and you make $50,000 in America, that's a good salary to have. And you can debate where to live at, but $50,000 will do you just right, okay? I work in the school district and I make $28,000, all right? That's all I make, $28,000. I'm not telling you, that's my salary, $28,000. Everything else I create outside of here, okay? But the $50,000 is the average salary. If you take $50,000 and divide that into 1 billion, that's close to maybe hiring close to 6,000 to 7,000 people. So when you are an Avengers Corporation, it's not just cartoon and comics. You are empowering families. You're putting people to work. Someone got your last name, okay? One more time and try it again. So they took this guy Thanos, which shows up in Iron Man number 55, created by, I don't know who created the character. Thanos, this term Thanos means eternity. That's what the term means, eternity. And he's after one thing, the 6 stones to destroy the world. The Avengers are trying to keep from getting the 6 stones, okay? Now let me ask you a question. Let's talk about stones. What's a stone?
Like a little pebble.
Little pebble. What's a stone made out of?
Rock.
Rock.
Sand.
Okay, sand becomes what?
Is it fiberglass?
Right, not fiber. I don't think so, but I think it's sand that the water hits and forms and turns it into a what? A rock. Why are rocks important?
I never even know why they important.
To be honest, rocks is like always under us.
Why?
Because it's part of the earth.
Part of the earth. What else?
Hold.
Huh?
It holds.
It holds. It's your what?
The crust of the
Earth. It's the what? Support you. It's your what? It's your foundation. If I'm trying to take you out or trying to attack you, I'm trying to take you from under your what? Under your feet. So your stone is your what? Foundation. So if I'm going after 6 stones, what is Thanos going after? Your what? Your foundation. Some of y'all in trouble today because your foundation wasn't good. Because I asked y'all the question. I asked y'all, was you close to your father? What did some of y'all say? You wasn't. Who's your foundation?
Myself.
Your mom.
It's mom, but it's supposed to be your who? Your father.
Father.
It's supposed to be your father and your what? Mom. That's supposed to be your what? Your rock, your stone. But your foundation is taken out what? From under you. It has a direct impact on you. Let me try one more time, like all y'all so alive today. If you're close to your father, raise your right hand. If you're close to your father. Very close. Two of you.
Type close.
How many close to your mama? Your mama?
Type close to.
Sort of.
There was one guy here that even know who his father was. I don't know who that was.
Oh, he not here.
Now hear that. I don't know who he is. You know what I'm saying?
It was you don't know.
Okay. So let me show you this. Okay. You with me? You with me? Guys.
Yeah.
Folk, I need you because your voice captures. This is very important here. Understand this. The whole Avengers movie, and this is so important, we'll probably get people watch this in Virginia and California. It's about foundation. If you're going to educate a child or make you better adults, I got to go back to your what? Foundation. I got to know what went wrong. What are you missing? Why do you do the things you do? I used to work for an orphanage. And in this orphanage are young men and women who don't know who their mother and father was, or their mother and father are on some type of drugs, and the mother and father can't raise them, so the mother and father put them in this orphanage. And I become like a father figure to some of these guys, and these guys became very close to me. 15 years actually working up an orphanage. And one of the guys I took care of, let me tell you how his foundation messed with his thinking, all right? And I watched him grow. He was 15, 16, so he got to 18, he got his license and was driving, right? He pulls in front of my house with a car, right? And I said, yo, where you get that car from? I borrowed it, right? Now he told me he borrowed it. You know what he really did? What did he do? Stole it, okay? So I said, why you don't have any license plate on the back of the car? He said, the guy said he'd put it on later. So I said, all right, he stole his car. He said, yo, red. I forgot. I left the license plate home. He goes around the block, comes back with a license plate on the car. Where do you think he got a license plate from?
Stole from another
So for another car. So in his mind, his foundation is, I'm gaming. I'm justified in stealing the car. I got a license plate. Long as I can ride the car, it's okay with me. Something wrong with this what? With this stone. Something's missing. My job as his mentor is to tell him what's wrong and right and give him another stone. Say, listen, you think this is okay because your father did this or your grandfather did this, but that's not the way you live. It's not going to work. The same guy, we got him a job at McDonald's. They got him at the cash register. So what do you think you're doing? That's right. Ain't thinking about no cash.
Is this Johan?
No, I'm not going there, man. No names. This happened years ago. So they got him at the McDonald's. He's stealing money at the register, stealing license plates. You know what's wrong? There's a stone missing. His foundation is off.
He never had that type of structure. That's the problem. He never ever was taught what's the right word? You never was taught right from wrong. But what's the big it's a big word.
Your morals.
Yeah.
You in your head you think you justified in doing wrong. You can't justify wrong. If it's wrong, it's what? Wrong. In the movie Thanos, he actually convinced himself, if I get a hold of these 6 stones, I click my fingers and I kill everybody because it's better for all the folks to be dead than to be alive. That's in his head. He got a thinking that's wrong. And some of you, listen to me carefully. Some of you think like that. You justify being wrong, and it's okay to be wrong. I'm justified in cutting class. I'm justified in stealing. I'm justified in not trying hard. So you make excuses for not doing better. Why? Reason why I'm falling asleep in class today is because that's just what I do. No, the problem is you didn't go to sleep last night. Well, Pastor Mike, Reverend McDuffie, the reason why I cursed my customer at my job because the customer cursed me, so I cursed back. Don't justify wrong. And this was wrong with us. A lot of times when someone's pointing something out to you where you're weak at or you're struggling with, here's an answer you should practice. That to me, I fall short. I'm weak in that area. Help me. encourage you. Show me better. Go ahead, brother.
Like, so, like, let's say, for example, when somebody that want to see me do better, they point me out on where I'm wrong at, it's not because they want to come for me. It's just they want to see me do better, so you're going to put me out on my wrong so I can fix my wrongs and make it right.
And that's part of mentoring, training, and quite frankly, that should have been the role of the father. The father was supposed to be the source that's supposed to point out to you where you're supposed to go. Another term for the word father is source. I broke down the word fat her before. Fat around the bone. Fat her, fat he, fat her, father. The fat, H-E-R, fat her, H-E-F-A-T-H-E, fat he. So there's a fat that covers the person that's supposed to show you ways of life, correct you, show you how to ride a bike, go to your ball game, take you to a haircut. He's supposed to be the first shield of the fist to protect you. Are you with me? The first shield of the fist. But many of you in this room, you wasn't covered. You wasn't shielded. So you grew up without the covering. Now I know you love your mom because your mom can play a role, but there's something a father figure gives a man. That's why we have so much of a problem in Patterson. Brothers hanging out. We just had people shot up last week. Because we don't have these coverings. We got folk thinking like this guy. Thanos. Go ahead. Evil. Still. I'm going to kill you before you kill me. We're going to fight it out. We're going to punch it out. I'm going to pull the gun before you pull the gun. We think like this guy. This the group you're supposed to be at, the one that gathers together, networks to pieces so that you'll be able to accomplish something great in your life. Now, this movie, I'm going between fiction and non-fictional. Okay? Fiction means the story is not really real because it means fiction means fake. It's fake. It's fictional. It's not real. And then there's a thing called non-fictional, which means it's real. This movie is non-fictional and it's fictional. It's fictional because it's cartoons, it's a bunch of fighting and explosion, but the truths that come out the movie is non-fictional because the stuff I'm teaching you applies to our lives, especially when it comes to men and boys to men and protecting the women and watching over what has been given to you. Now, I asked this question a few weeks ago, and let me ask it again. Let me see if someone else got better at this. Who in this room exactly knows where they plan to be at in 10 years? Go. You go first, you go second. Go.
I was planning on being a football player.
Football player. How old are you now?
I'm 16.
You're 16? So from 16
26.
to 26, so by 26, you plan to be a football player. All right. Why you say plan to be? Why you give up on it? What happened?
Yeah, it was either that or soccer, but you feel me? I don't know. I feel like football would be better for me.
Okay. Now, what about your skill set? Are you good?
Yeah.
Are you fast?
Yeah.
You take care of your body?
Yeah.
You work out?
Yeah.
You jog and stretch already?
Yeah.
How old are you right now? How old are you?
I'm 16.
16. Okay, so right now, who do you play for now?
Ooh. I play with my boys.
With who?
With my friends.
Your friends. So you're not in any league ball. You don't play for any league.
But soccer, I was in a league.
And what happened?
You better start
was
now
too nice.
if you want that.
If you're too nice, what happened?
Oh, they put me on the All-Star team.
Okay, are you playing now, soccer?
No.
Why?
Because to be honest, I overplayed myself. I was like, I'm too good. Like, that's all I need to know. But now thinking about it, I should have stayed in soccer.
Okay, so you actually quit.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is some of the stuff we got to learn.
I was testing.
Okay, here's one thing I want you to teach you. Hear me closely.
They said
You're not going to become great if you do what, everybody?
If you just if you don't start if you don't start now,
quit.
if you quit.
If you quit, you lose. Let me say, listen, everybody. I want you to watch me. If you quit, you lose. If you allow the teachers to make you drop out of New Jersey Youth Corps because you don't like her, you don't like him, I can't stand him, I can't stand her, all that stuff to make you quit, forget it. You're not going to make it in the world. Because you're going to meet people in the store, you're going to meet people at your job, you're going to run into some relationships at other positions when folk will irk your nerve. You cannot what? Quit. That's one of the greatest mechanisms to make you lose in life is when you what? When you quit. If you're going to be a soccer player or a football player, you should have stuck with it all the way. You should say, I got to stick with it because I got to be able to go do what I'm supposed to do. You coming back? Or you got tired?
No, I'm not going away. I just got tired.
Got tired. Okay, you helped me out. Thank you, my friend. So you got to understand the name of the game is don't what? Don't quit. If you get committed to something, brother, please. When you get committed to something, you can't what? Quit. Say, I can't quit. Everybody say, I can't.
I can't quit.
Quit. And that goes in New Jersey Youth Court. You can't quit. You got to get that paper. You got to stay focused. And it isn't always easy. And watch the bottom of the phone. You're covering the microphone system. You can figure the bottom. There you go. There you go. You got to be very careful not to allow someone else to make you quit. Now, I'm going to really give you an assignment. I want everybody to take time out to go see the Avengers movie, The Endgame. And go in there and watch it without saying, I don't like comics, I'm not into that. Go there, keep your mind open, take down the mental notes. We good?
Yeah.
Okay, go. What did you get out the movie? What did you get out of it?
Oh my God, I got. There was a lot of things that I got.
Give me some things, what you saw. I'm going to help teach some of these.
Oh, what I saw?
What did you get out of it? What did you get out of the movie? What did you learn from it? You can apply.
Yeah, I was thinking, I was like, huh.
I'm gonna die for a couple minutes.
Well, it was mostly made out of teamwork, but this is also, what's it called? Where, there, hold on, I'm trying to think of it.
It'll come.
When they go leave
Let it come.
at the first of the movie to get a stone.
Let me ask you a question. Why you thinking? When a woman gets married to a man, what is the thing that the woman gets?
A ring.
A what?
A ring.
A ring. All right, ring. Now, if I gave my wife or my woman a fake diamond instead of a diamond, would that be a problem?
Yes.
Why?
Yeah, it'd be a problem. Because then she gonna be like, it ain't real.
Because I what?
Lie.
I didn't hear you.
Lie.
I lied. Because woo, look at that fat diamond. Woo!
If
Come
you
to
got
find out,
fake, she wouldn't get mad.
it's fake.
From the beginning, it was fake. She wouldn't get mad. She was fake and like it.
If you told her that, it's not
Man, the
real.
relation's over there, right there. Now.
All right. Why is a diamond, which represents a stone, why is a diamond so expensive?
Because it's hard to find it.
Brother, you said, boy, that's real good. That's real good. It's hard to what? Find it. It's really pieces of coal that's under the earth, and the pressure of the earth pushes the gold into this precious stone. They take that precious stone and they put it on a piece of metal on your finger and they call it a ring. And the reason why it costs so much money, because you can hardly what? Find it. It's hard to find. Now, let's take that principle and let's talk about some of y'all. If you're so busy trying to be like someone else, how does that devalue you? Say it again. Catch me. I want you to hear me closely. If you're so busy trying to be like him and don't be yourself, how does that devalue you? You catch me on that. If you just told me that the reason why diamonds are expensive because you can hardly what? Find it. So if there's only one of you, then you are what? Expensive.
I am expensive.
Thank you. Why?
Because
it's only one of you.
one of me.
It's only one of you. So why are we so busy trying to be like the other person when you bring something to the table that no one else can? You know a statement I used to hear people say all the time to me, and I may have said this in class before. I hate when folks say, who's going to be the next Muhammad Ali? Who's going to be the next Michael Jordan? Who's going to be the next this, the next that? Is that a fair statement to make?
No.
Why?
It's going to be you, not
It's gonna be you.
That's it. There is no other. It's only one person.
You're not convert yourself.
Nobody could be Muhammad Ali and nobody could be Michael Jordan.
Why?
Because
Because that's them.
That's them.
That's their own person.
You know what I'm saying? And here's the point I'm making. I want you to understand this.
They can have the same name, but they can live a different life.
Okay, I like that. But I have a problem when I see teenagers and people your age too busy trying to be like the next person. When you don't seem to me
That's
that you
because they don't feel comfortable on their own skin or what they doing. They want to, like do it.
Be like someone else.
But like that's not how it goes because you're not gonna get nowhere.
I like that. Say it again. Go. You want to say something?
I said they trying to be like someone else, and you can't be someone beside yourself.
Here's a word I see people talk about on sports. Let me see if I can understand this. What's this word?
Go.
Go.
What does it stand for?
The best.
Greatest of all time.
Oh.
And they ask this question all the time on the NBA thing. Is it Michael Jordan? Is it Will Chamberlain? Is it Bob Cousy? Is it Irvin Magic Johnson? Why can't this question really be answered fairly?
Because
What, talk to me.
everybody has their own.
It's almost time to leave.
I like that. Everybody has
It's almost
their own
time for
opinion.
lunch.
What else? Why can't this really be answered? Why can't we really find 100% the greatest of all time?
Because it's a matter of opinion.
Oh, that's good. Matter of opinion. What else though? Matter of opinion.
A lot of great players. There's a lot of good players.
A lot of good players.
Nobody's great.
Nobody's great. Because whose opinion of what great is? Not correct. You know, you say, okay, Michael Jordan is the greatest, all right? So he won 6 championships, okay? You got LeBron James. LeBron James won what, 3? All right, Michael Jordan won 6, okay? But can we say who's the greatest based on championships?
Bill Russell won 11.
Bill Russell runs 11. So you can't really say one person is better than what? Than the other. I can't say, watch this, I'm greater than him because I do something different. I'm just great.
Are in something and something not. You're probably greater than another thing. And you're probably greater than something else.
I love that. And here's what I want you to understand. You are uniquely created and uniquely made. And you're never going to treat people with respect until you respect your what? Yourself. So when you disrespect others around you, you don't know who you are. You know what you bring to the table. And this is why I love this movie so much, because in every of these movies, I give you 3 people that's in the movie. I bet you all know who they are. Thor, Iron Man,
Hulk,
and Captain America. Those are your top 3. Hulk, come top. These 3 here, right now. Does Thor do what Iron Man do?
No.
Does Iron Man do what Captain America do?
No.
What's Thor known for? His what? Hammer.
He's a god.
Well, God, but he's known for his what? His hammer.
Yeah, he's a
Iron Man known for his what? His armor.
He's a billionaire.
All right, I'm gonna get there. And Captain America known as what? His shield. So you got Captain America known for his shield.
Yeah.
You know with me? Iron Man known for his what? His armor. And
Iron
Thor
Man is rich.
wait a minute, I'm get there. But Thor is known for his what? His hammer. So Thor got a hammer. Iron has armor. Captain America has a shield. Now, which of these 3 are more? Which one is better? Which one's better than the other?
the hammer.
Who is the best?
That shit controls lightning. What the hell are you talking about?
Who is?
Did you watch it? The Avengers?
Who's the greatest out of the 3?
Hulk,
Captain America.
Hulk.
Watch the different answers. Watch the different answers. You're with me. Look.
Guys,
Now listen. I'm trying to get my way in. You see how we don't agree on the greatest? Because greatest is based on your what? Your opinion. It's not based on something you can measure. Because there's no such one who's greater, because they all 3 work in the same team. He got the hammer, he got the armor, and he got the shield. That's like me taking all 3 of y'all out to eat, and I say, okay, you better than him, he better than you. That you can't measure stuff like that. Because what I gotta get to understand is, what do you do? What do you do? And what do you do? And we get together and we put the pieces together and we form a team. We form a corporation. We form a business strategy so all of us get paid. But what we don't do is we don't get together. We don't assemble. So you come to school and you go home and you do this all year until next year. And you do it again. And my thing is, how come 3 of y'all don't get together and start a business? How come y'all don't get together and find out how to get in corporate? How come y'all don't pool your resources together and learn how to sharpen each other? Because you all think individually. We don't think in teams. And that's the problem I have with a lot of students in our school district, because we don't know the principles of wealth and money and network and getting together, going out to eat and really talk about buying a building, open up a store, open up a bodega. We don't think like that. Go ahead.
But it be like that because not everybody is on the same page as what, maybe that one person is, but not everybody is on that same page as that person. So
I like that.
It depends. Like it depends on what type of people you're around. If they smart enough to be on that same page as you. You could build a business or something with people, but you feel me? You could also have a business by yourself. But you're gonna need people. Actually.
Need people. Okay, now who said don't have the right mindset? Who have the same mindset? That's smart. Now I'm gonna show you something. I'm gonna show you this, and I want you to ever forget this. Just say, brother, you with me? You with me? You follow me?
Yeah.
Thank you. Now watch this. Here's a term: electromagnetic radio waves. Did anyone know what this means? Electromagnetic radio waves. Anybody?
Waves of electricity that's magnetic and comes from the radios.
Well, pretty cool. You're almost there. You're almost there. All right. This is what your eyes can see. And you can only see 3% of that which exists. All right? Let me try it again. Your eyes. You see these eyes you have in your head?
Yeah.
You can only see 3% of other stuff in this room that you can't see. What are some stuff you cannot see with your naked eye?
Air.
Can't see germs. Can't see what?
Air.
What else you can't see?
That's in the air.
Can't see toxins. You can't see atoms. You can't see neutrons. You can't see protons.
You can't see the future.
So you're going deep on me. You can't see the future. I understand that.
But you could make the future.
You can make the future. That's good. But here's the point I'm making. You can't tell me that because I can't see something, that something does not exist. And just because you don't see it, it don't mean it don't see what? It don't see you. So when people say, I don't believe unless I see it, that's the highest level of ignorance. Because even scientists know that most of the stuff that's around us, we can't even see it. Now, he's using my cell phone right now to film me. Do you see any electrical systems moving to the cell phone out here?
Yeah.
You don't see it. Stop playing. You don't see it. But how do we know it's working, though?
Because it's
Because it's on. All right? So watch this. So he's sitting here, right? He on the computer, and what happened to that screen over there?
It turned on.
How do we know? How did it turn on?
Because of that.
So that thing went from there to there. Am I correct? But he's sitting there.
Yeah.
That's because he has a remote.
Oh, I got you. But I don't see no power from the remote. Something moving through the air.
Yeah,
That's because he got batteries.
Nah, no, you see the system.
It's like blue electricity.
Yeah. So, but most of the time, you're not going to see with your what? With your eyes. And here's the point I'm going to make here.
You might not see, but I see.
You see, okay. Here's the point.
65%.
The point is, you only see a small percentage of physical stuff. The greater determination is to see into something in your future you don't see now. See, the person that got the vision can say, wait a minute, whoa. I can see myself opening up a business. I can see myself working for security. I can see myself going from security here to security manager to open my own security firm.
Or to working in security in a hospital.
Working at a hospital.
Which is a big deal.
Which is the big. So you start here and you try to go to the next level.
That's what I'm trying to do.
Yeah, but see, if you have vision, you can see that. But guess what? Folk who don't see that stick up with streets, trying to sell drugs. They don't have the sight to see something deeper and see something greater. And that's the thing that our job is as mentors and leaders is to get you to get a hold of seeing something deeper and better than what you're at right now. I'm so sick and tired of people making excuses, staying lazy, and not really looking into what could become. I'm going to tell you this story and I'm going to let you go. It's almost 12 o'clock. I lived sometime in places in different cities where an empty lot can sit there for years. You know what a lot? What's a lot? What's an empty lot?
I don't know.
It got garbage on it, beer cans, alcohol bottles. And so you live in these houses. You live here, you live here, you live here. And have this empty lot sitting here. Just sitting there, empty lot. Let's say the empty lot is like 1,000 square feet or 5,000 square feet sitting there. And we walk by it every day. Stick with me. We throw garbage on it, right? Put alcohol on it. We go hang out, smoke weed, throw it there. And it's just sitting there. Now we all live around it. Nobody there ever says, let's get together and let's buy this lot. And let's put a store here. Let's put a bowling alley. let's put a park here. Because we don't do nothing until someone comes from the outside, comes in your community and say, an empty lot. So Mr. Silverstein come in, well, white guy, come in. He said, I'm gonna buy that lot. So he comes in, buys the lot, and turns it into a parking lot. And then charges all of y'all to come park your car there because you did not have the vision to see what he saw. Now, you get mad at him because he came in and grabbed hold of an opportunity that you did not see. When you don't plan, you plan to fail. So one of the things I want to talk about next week for the Avengers movie, I want you to go back and watch that. I want to start getting y'all to start seeing who you see yourselves as 5 years from now, 10 years from now. Don't sit around and wait for someone to do something before you do something. You got to initiate the promise. You got to get up and say, you know what? I need to name my own security business. I need to go back and get myself ready to play that soccer. You got to have vision to see something. And the whole thing about this movie is that Thanos saw by getting the 6 rings, I could conquer the world. So his whole focus in Avengers 3 was get the rings, click my finger, control everything. And the Avengers are playing a role of trying to keep him getting the 6 stones. But in the last Avengers movie, everything switched. The Avengers had the stones, and Thanos is coming to get the stones. This is crazy. It switches. So the aggression is different. So a lot of you will sit back and wait for stuff to happen, but someone in here is going to start saying, I'm tired of waiting for stuff to happen. I'm going to make something happen. And you're going to start gathering your boys and start talking, how can we save together? How can we work together? How can we put some money together to buy that property, buy that business? We can't sit around and wait. Let me tell you something, New Jersey Youth Corps, y'all can go get your little high school diploma. That's good, better get that. But they don't stop there. You got to start thinking to yourself, you're not going to be 17, 16 forever. You got to get some vision to say, I got to do something better with my life. Because there's some other people in your family coming up, and some of you are the oldest sons. When you're the oldest son, you're responsible for your brothers and your sisters. And if you don't get it together, you're going to pack your brothers and your sisters. All right? Thank you.
The phone need to charge.
This is my move. This is my board. I gave a little bit here. I get really emotional about some of the stuff I'm teaching my kids here, my students. Hello, Sheena. This is Silk City. No, this is not Silk City. This is Youth Corps, across street from Silk City, Sheena Jackson. Good afternoon, President Crystal, Tracy, Rick Green, Tammy Bryant, God bless you, Papo, Cassandra Ramirez, Jay Carroll, Barbara McDuffie, what's up, cuz? Aisha Martin, God bless you, girl. Anthony, Michael Shepperson, Jocelyn Wade, Sharon Bettina, my best friend, God bless you. Tuart Thomas, God bless you. Eloisa Brown, Sharon. I've just been teaching about the Avengers Endgame to my Youth Corps class here at the I Am Initiative. And I'm at a great school, Youth Corps. I love this teacher. Great guy. It's one of my cool teachers here. Yeah. And I'm showing you the board here because people are asking this. And I'll be doing more teaching on this. Okay? Thank y'all for tuning in to I Am Initiative, Youth Corps. And thank y'all. Appreciate it.